what does the writing process look like for a drum solo song?
Okay.
Like, do you literally just wing it and just go for it, or are you like, no, we're gonna figure this out?
Well, today it would be past tense,
Right.
be weighing it, and
Right.
As you guys found out, it's like, no, let's try another take.
Right.
Can we try another take?
Right.
And I try to have something prepared, but even for phase, it was kind of a take after take thing because you never can predict a stick click. You can never predict when one's going to just fly out of your hand or have a wing nut pop off. But for that particular solo, I wanted to do something that was not what I had typically done before. And what I typically favor with drum solos is a lot of tom-tom action and a lot of like double bass-y things, because most people kind of favor the opposite. They favor you'll punch in like crazy drum solo on YouTube and you'll get a guy that's like doing a lot of cymbal work. That's where we're at with music, in my opinion, from what I see. And all my favorite drummers are more, we're going to hit all the drums. And so let's set up a giant drum set and hit all the drums.
Okay.
But I wanted to kind of change it up, and I thought, I called a good friend and I said, what would you want to see out of the next solo? I have some ideas, but I just want to see if you're thinking the same thing.
Okay.
And he's like, I want to see something more beat-based. I want to see something that's, you know, maybe more of a song, not just a guy where it's like one thing to the next thing and it's, I don't know. Again, not like something you've done before. Like, okay, so we'll do a drum beat type of thing. And I had been experimenting with, what would you call it? It's kind of funk, but it's not really, and it's kind of like fusion jazz, where it's very intricate, like hi-hat and foot snare work, and that's your core drums, and then from there you can kind of flourish on the other cymbals and drums. But I'd been experimenting with this pattern, and I would throw it in when I would do some covers in the past, and I really liked where it was going. I thought, what if I just build a solo around this?
Okay.
And then inevitably it went from being a drum beat solo into, well, I'm going to hit all the toms now.
Okay.
But the process of getting there was much different.
Okay.
And I think that achieved what I was going for.
Okay.
Because it wasn't how I typically write solos. But where am I going with this? So I had the beat and I thought, okay, what can I do to vary up the beat? Because in all honesty, it's the same pattern pretty much over and over again. And I build it a little bit more than the previous measure. So it's experimented with that a little bit on the electric kit, and I'd go on like walks or runs and keep thinking about it, and like I'd write down ideas. And I'm big when I do drum solos on writing like lists of what's the order that this is going to go in.
Okay.
And it doesn't mean I write sheet music, but I'll come up with parts like main beat. Okay, main beat with tom-toms. Main beat with China cymbal.
Okay.
Fill. And then I'll like come up with a name for fill. So like rim fill, and then hi-hat fill, and then cymbal fill, and then regular fill or something, or linear fill. And I'll know what that means. But it just helps me kind of know the flow, because I'll watch the paper when I play, and then rehearsing it.
Yeah.
And then I'll record myself. I'll go, like that was 6 minutes. And I personally don't think I could hang with it for 6 minutes.
Right.
Just watching it.
Right.
And I really like what I do. But so like, all right, and then I'll listen back and go, okay, well that could be shorter, and that could be shorter, and that was long-winded.
Thank you for watching this clip of Successfully Unsigned. If you want to see more content like this in the future, please hit that like and subscribe. Also, don't forget to find us on social media platforms at successfully_unsigned or on our website at su-podcast.com.